And we are back for the Organic Corner with Keli Ryan and Spice and Grain. Good morning, Kelly. It's the Kelly Show. I'm just going to have to keep you all show long so I can say that every time. That's going to be awesome. So welcome back.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you again. Summer long, I'm sure produce, just the bounty happening at Spice and Grain.
Absolutely. It's been a really great summer for growing. And we have had the bounty, so much so that I didn't bring any winter squash with me because I couldn't take it out of the store this morning. We're getting a load this afternoon.
Oh my
but we have
goodness.
sold so much that I had to really leave it for the customers.
Oh my gosh.
But I brought
really?
some other of our bounty,
Fantastic.
like some onions and garlic and apples.
Well, what's nice about your shop is that it's a funnel for all the local farms in the area. So, like myself, I love Pie Tree Farm, but I wasn't able to get over there. I can get to Spice and Grain nice and easy, and you guys are just a funnel for all this local produce
Absolutely,
coming
yeah.
through the shop. So here we have Pie Tree Orchard
With Pie Tree
apples.
Orchard apples. This week we have Cortlands, Macintosh,
Those are the
and
big ones.
Empires.
So these are Empires,
Yeah.
Macintosh, and
The big
Cortlands are the big
Cortlands,
ones.
yeah.
Which are best for pies, would you say?
The Cortlands.
The Cortlands.
Yeah.
I like this one?
Yeah.
That's good, less peeling.
That's exactly.
I like it.
I don't know if that's the driving force there, but
Now, what would you recommend? Because I know that you have a lot of healthy options at the shop, so I imagine that pastries or the dough, you have some ideas for that? What would be a good
sure.
healthy alternative to the Pillsbury one that I always kind of just like, whew.
oh, well, we have some mixes, and we carry a lot of flours too. Unfortunately, our shop doesn't allow us to carry bulk flours because we have carpeting.
Oh.
And so we carry
Just
bulk
doesn't mix?
grains. Yeah, that it might get trampled into the carpet.
Oh,
but
okay.
but we do order bulk flours for people. So we have a lot of people that will come and place their 25-pound bag order because they're
Wow.
bakers and they pick it up each week. They can split it with their neighbors or their friends. So it's kind of like a little mini bulk buyers market as well.
Now, do you bake as well?
We bake on site. We don't do pies.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I was asking for dough recipes or what's the secret? Some people tell me it's the easiest thing to make, and I always end up covered in flour, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say gamey, but it's not a great crust,
Yeah.
but I don't know what the secret is. Is it lard? Putting lard in it? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm more of a cook. I've found that there are bakers and there are cooks.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more in the soup.
Like savory
Section,
type.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. I think I tend more towards that way as well. But we
Maybe
know
that's the problem.
Yeah, I know it could be. There's other things too going on, but this is the month we were talking off camera about for sweets. Like you can't get away really from the Halloween
Right.
candy unless you think out of the box and you go to Spice and Grain because you brought some samples of some stuff. But anyway, why don't you start with what you want to begin with? What do you think?
Well, we were talking about sweets, and we do carry some of the types of sweets like the gummy bears
Yeah.
and things like that. And we have the organic like vitamin C lollipops and and things like that. But we just I wanted to bring a little bit of a display of thinking outside the box, where we have things like dried fruit and nuts. Not only just for the kids and the Halloween thing, but also this is the time for hikers.
Yeah.
And you want some good energy food instead of bringing like a candy bar or something. We have some unique and
Yeah, I was looking at these. This would be great to pack, and they
Those
look
are
like they're
awesome.
sweet and they're healthy.
yeah, there's no added sugar. It's just it's fruit, which is sweet. But there are different varieties. I just brought two. One
this
is
is the
the
carob
raw cacao
spirulina.
goji and the carob spirulina
Say that again? The raw cacao and goji?
and goji berries.
Okay.
Yep. And so it's just compressed fruit and nuts into these little squares. And it's really awesome for hiking, or if you work in an office and you have that mid-afternoon, like I want.
Call it all day.
Yeah, you can reach in the drawer and
Every
just
15
grab
minutes?
a couple of chunks of energy.
Yeah.
That's a good name for them.
And this would actually go along those lines as well. A
Yeah.
good handful of nuts. Now, you don't want to overdo the nuts
Right.
because they are high in good fats, but they're still high in fats. But a handful of nuts goes a long way.
Yep. And
So-
Little Lads is it's Maine company that they deliver in Maine. They don't do distribution, so we're really grateful to have them. And I also
great.
brought their popcorn.
Oh my gosh, it's so healthy. Everything that I brought, the the almonds, the cashews. Let's take a look at the popcorn. Now, this is something that's a little bit different. You have herbal corn.
This is their unique blend. I brought some so you could try it if
great.
you like.
Yeah.
It's their unique blend of, it's called
here?
herbal corn, which makes a nice complement to the nuts, so you don't eat so many nuts.
I basically live on popcorn. Little known secret. And this is very good. You got cracked black pepper? Is that what's in there?
Secret ingredient is
it's
nutritional yeast. It's not that secret, but the secret ingredient is nutritional yeast. There's some other things they don't
tastes like a Parmesan
reveal.
cheese.
It does, but it's very high in vitamin B. It has protein.
There's garlic.
So this is a really
Very
wonderful
good.
snack to have, and you feel like you're eating a lot more when you get that crunch. But it's it's not that high in calories. And
That is delicious. And I'm tasting like garlic, or is it just
they
secret?
won't tell you.
You're sitting on your antenna.
I'll eat and then move it. All right.
But that's
gentle antenna.
They sell that in a pillow-sized bag. It's so popular.
Oh my goodness! You can almost bag this up and give it as Halloween
You
treats.
definitely could. I
Excellent.
would love. And they make one that doesn't have. It's a little more. It's called butter. They're vegan, so they don't use any dairy products.
Really?
So, like you said, for Halloween, if you took the butter popcorn and bagged it up, you're not going to kick off any allergies, and it would be a nice alternative to all the candies that the kids get.
Absolutely.
Actually, any of these things, we have dates rolled in coconut, dried apples, and of course our grandiose friends have
Yay!
these great blends like maple roasted cashews.
Maple roasted cashews.
Or turmeric ginger cashews.
It sounds so healthy.
Yeah, there's all kinds
Delicious.
of good alternatives
Yeah,
out there.
turmeric is something that I've seen more and more
Yeah.
in the news. Like turmeric. What is it? What's the kombucha?
Kombucha?
Kombucha. Yeah, and turmeric. It's just a great tonic for you.
Yeah, it doesn't cost a lot of money, and you don't need to ingest a lot of it. I did bring our friend apple cider vinegar here, just as a reminder. It's fall, and just like a tablespoon with some water a day.
You can do that, or you can also do the fire
cider
cider that you guys have.
Yeah.
Because I go and I buy the big one, and it lasts. I keep it in the fridge. It lasts me forever. And it comes with a little,
shot glass.
Yeah, exactly. And you just take a shot every morning, and I like the taste.
I do
it's
too.
Like a herbal,
I gotta
spicy.
remember not to drink too much, But you could add it to something like this as well.
What's glog?
Glog is a sparkling apple, but it has lemon, cinnamon, ginger. So it's so something like this. You could hide your apple cider vinegar in it, and that way it's not like, oh, I have to do that, And
And is that like a sparkling
yeah, it's
pop
like
the cork type of drink?
well, it's not really corked, but it's I mean, you could have it for dinner.
Oh,
Use a nice alternative, a nice family thing. Everybody gets like a little glass. You could put it in a fancy glass, make it feel like it's fun and
absolutely.
special every
I like
night.
it.
And
Wonderful.
then I wanted to draw attention too to our local.
Yeah, do you want me to?
So
I'm asking
this
to
is
hand model. It's probably not a good idea.
this is what it looks like that we sell at the store, which is Western Maine Honey. They're right in Fryeburg, and we are proud to say that we're proud for them, that they got first place.
Oh my goodness!
And they're dark.
And this is big. You're talking about one of the biggest agricultural fairs in the
New
country.
England. Yeah, in the country, yeah.
And they pulled home a blue ribbon. That's against
Three
some pretty heavy
blue ribbons.
competition. 3 blue ribbons
Yeah.
for this honey.
For this honey, and their beeswax. I
Oh
didn't
my
bring the
goodness.
beeswax, but
Wow.
yeah.
So it must be tasty.
Yeah, these people love their bees, have a passion for it, and
Very
it's
cool.
just out of their house, so it's not
And
a
you
big
mentioned
production.
wax. What do you do with wax?
People would use it to make salves and things like that. I mean, you can make candles, just some of your traditional things, but we don't sell their wax at this point. They're not that high in production yet, but at least it went a blue ribbon.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, so keep an eye out for that. And will you have signage at the shop, or the employees can point them to
It's
that?
right in the centerpiece right now because
Oh, great.
we're giving them big kudos.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, congratulations to them. That's wonderful. Bringing it home local.
And then we also have Sap Pound, which is our neighbors in Brownfield.
There you
And
go. Oh, cute.
they are also awesome. It's a couple that runs their own maple syrup, and they're expanding. They're making like little candies.
That is wonderful.
We've got these cute little, if I can get them in there too.
Yeah.
These cute little things that you could just
There we go.
give to a friend. Put on somebody's desk, make their day.
Yeah.
If I found that on my desk,
I love the label
it
too.
would make my day.
Yeah, those are wonderful. And all this can be found right in your shop.
Yeah,
and
it's a way to get some of the locals, like you said, kind of funneling everybody in.
Yeah.
So you don't have to drive up to Sweden to Pie Tree, drive down to Patchett, Denmark, drive over to Saphout and Brownfield.
all in Spice and Grain.
Yeah, we're trying to be, make that real estate available so it's one stop. And then it's really great. People come in the shop and they see each other and they get to talk and
Yeah, 'cause
maybe
you
sit
have a
down
coffee
and
corner.
have a cup of coffee or a cup
Yeah.
of tea together. And it's not a big investment. It's just really pleasant when we see people come in and, oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Do you want to
It's
sit
a real
down
community
for a minute?
hub, I think, is what you have there. And it starts with the food and, the wonderful ambiance, as you mentioned, as you walk in. But it continues on back with all sorts of products. If people want to get into, you need glass bottles for making your own bug spray or anything like
Right,
that. You
yeah.
have that, home stuff, pet stuff, bath and body stuff, all sorts of, you have homemade sandwiches there, which I know that I've run in there several times just to grab sandwiches or snacks for the road when we're hitting the road, the kids and I. So we go in there and they go crazy because they're like, Mom, this. I'm like, yes, because you can say yes at Spice and Grain because you know that you guys have done your research. And so I go in there and they're thinking they're getting like the sweet treat, but it's healthy for them. So I love that. When can they get into the shop?
We're open from 8 to 6, Monday through Saturday, and then on Sunday from 10 to 3.
Wonderful. And you should also stay tuned because you guys are very, I want to say interacting, that's not the word, heavy in the community as far as community events. You have a lot of posting of healthy film festival stuff, and you have like all events going on. So
in April, and we're working on a couple other little projects which will be bubbling up to the surface soon.
Really?
We're just still kind of recovering from the fair right now.
yes, absolutely.
That is a big deal.
Were you
That's
there
a
all
lot of
week?
people.
Or you just
We
at the
close
at the
early
shop?
during the fair because it really doesn't do well for downtown business, but it does bring a lot of people to town, and it's just a big event. So everybody's just kind of like, like okay,
it
back
consumes
to
the town.
regular schedule.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Kelly, thank you so much for joining us. I love your shop, and folks, you can find it. Why don't you tell them the location, actually?
Oh, we're located right in downtown Fryeburg, where the monument is. So it's at the T of Route 302 and 113.5. We're right next to the House of Pizza. It's 17 Portland Street, and open 7 days a week.
There you go. So the monument, if you're heading into Fryeburg, you see that monument, you're going to take a right there. It's a couple doors down on the right. Kelly, always good to see you. Thanks
you,
so
Kelly.
much for making the short trip over. And folks, we'll be back. We have about